I've recently unearthed some history which really puts Galashiels on the map in the world of bridge construction. Now I bet you're probably thinking, wonder what that is. And some of you may be thinking about this bridge down here at Netherdale. Probably the largest and maybe the most spectacular bridge in Galashiels at the moment. So if you are the type of person who kind of finds yourself being drawn down here uncontrollably to stand and wonder and awe at this bridge, I've got some bad news for you. I'm afraid these are kind of 10 a penny all over the country. So no, this doesn't really put Galashiels on the map. To find the bridge that puts Galashiels on the map, we'll have to go back in time a wee bit. Now some of you may be thinking, I know what bridge he's talking about. He's talking about the railway bridge down at Tweed Bank. Now admittedly, it is a lovely bridge, a spectacular bridge in fact, and one of the only bridges that survived the first incarnation of the railway and is being used almost exactly intact for the second coming of the railway. But no, I'm afraid it's not that. We need to go further back in time. Further. Totally swarming with swallows down here. Now they spend their summer in the African savannas, buzzing in amongst the buffaloes and the lions and the zebras, the sunset and the Serengeti as the backdrop. And then they come over here for the winter and they park themselves at Langley sewage works. It's just not the same, is it? You can imagine the father swallow speaking to his son. Son, where'd you go for summer this year? I'm just going up to the sewage works at Langley, like, there's hundreds of fleas. Aye, I might come on, alright. So as you can see, the bridge has been used in an almost identical state to house the new state-of-the-art Borders Railway. Fantastic achievement for the people who built the bridge in the first place. But I'm after something a wee bit more special, so come with me and I'll show you what it is. Some of you may be thinking now, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the oldest bridge in Galashiels, which has kind of been here since records began, linking the top side, the 5th ward at Laddock, and the rest of Galashiels. It's been built and rebuilt, but the bridge pretty much survived in the exact places it did since records began. But no, it's not this bridge either. Probably one of the busiest bridges in the town as well just now. Another glimpse there, the sort of second arch of the bridge that takes it over the railway line. This bridge here is like a brand new one they've constructed over the railway. In hundreds of years' time, when this bridge is crumbling and derelict and there's photos of it on the internet, my great grandchildren will be able to say my great granddad was one of the first folk to walk over that bridge, you know. That'll be my claim to fame when I die. Now I'm going to put everybody out their suspense mystery here next to B&Q. Some of you are probably thinking, this is just a big advert for B&Q, but nah, I mean they do have a fantastic range of bugs and slabs and nails and that, but no. Here, where B&Q is now, is the site of the bridge that really put Galashiels on the map. Let's go down a wee bit and I'll show you where. Now you think of suspension bridges, you think of the Golden Gate, you think of the Forth Road Bridge, but the first ever suspension bridge in Britain and Europe, was built here in Galashiels, right on this site by a man called Mr. Lees in 1816. A total cost of £20. Absolute cheap as chips compared to the construction of the big stone archlings that we were used to. First ever in Britain and Europe, imagine that. Really put Galashiels on the bridge building map. I've managed to get some drawings of the bridge. Unfortunately these days nothing remains of the bridge. In fact it was knocked down a mere 50 years after it was constructed in a flood. But there is a bridge near here which was almost exactly copied for the bridge at Galashiels, so we'll go down and have a look at that. Yeah, so the drawings for this bridge here down at Dryborough are actually included in the same package as the drawings for the bridge at Galashiels. So it must have been.
What, Daddy?
I'm making a video about a bridge. Yeah, so this bridge here was obviously constructed just shortly after the construction of the one in Galashiels. It's maybe slightly more engineered and better constructed, but it's much the same.
What Daddy saying?
I'm just making a video. Right, come on, we'll have a closer look at the bridge. I mean, it may look quite primitive to us and quite simple, but in its day this was an absolute marvel of engineering.
What Daddy saying?
I'm making a video about a bridge. I'm making a video about a bridge. Yeah, in its day this was a real marvel of engineering. So yeah, the next time any of your friends from Geneva or Munich or London he's fishing. Yeah, the next time any of your friends from these areas take the mick at you, you're calling you a pale merc or whatever it is the corporate for Gala, you just want to turn round to them and say, when was the first suspension bridge built in Geneva, mate? Get it right up, yeah. Now there is another wee bit of history which kind of interests me down in this area here. I'm just going to read this bit out of a book, but in 1804 a firm consisting of a Dr Douglas, George Craig, George Lothian of Kirklands, George Bruce, Lang Lee and a retired leaf merchant named Jameson, who at the time occupied Gala House, erected a brewery on an extensive scale at Low Buckhamside with a view of meeting the local demand for London porter. Now the closest thing you'll get to London porter in these days is Guinness. I find it hard to believe that the guys at Galashiels had a demand for beer. I mean, it wouldn't happen these days, would it? Anyway, the brewery was set up, but it seems the retired leaf merchant, who was the main financial backer, was a bit elaborate and must have drank most of the product, and the business venture was ill-fated and went downhill straight away. But I think this bit's still known as the brewery in some places in Galashiels. I'm still actually finding it very hard to believe that the men folk of Galashiels had a penchant for strong porterhouse ale. Must have been steering so different in the days, like you wouldn't catch folk in Gala like that nowadays. Or would you?